Well, Caryl, Bryer, Fallert, I caught you at home,
Yes, you did. I'm home all day today.
and you have something starting tomorrow, right?
I do. Well, in my studio, I teach sort of in-depth design and color classes, and I have a class starting tomorrow. So some of my students may actually be coming in while we talk.
Well, I just want to back up a little bit. Your home, it sounds so humble, but you really have a great thing going on there in Paducah, Kentucky.
Well, I was lucky enough, first of all, to know what I wanted, which was to have a place where people could actually come in and stay with me and take classes right in my personal space. Although I kind of have my sewing studio separate from the classroom, but I have a gallery and a shop and a dye studio and my personal workspace and my home and guest accommodations all under one roof. So it ended up being kind of a big building.
Well, I want to say I've had, the luxury of seeing your place, and if you're ever in Paducah, Kentucky, you have to come by and see you, right? If you're home.
I absolutely for sure. And if people call ahead, I can make a point of being home and they won't find me out shopping for groceries or something. And, I say I'm open by accident or by appointment. If you come by and have forgotten to call ahead, ring the doorbell. And if I'm here and dressed, I'll open the door.
Well, listen, I am calling you specifically about the movie Stitched, of which you were followed in that movie.
Yes, I was. I was really lucky.
What did you think when you watched the movie?
Well, I was really very pleasantly surprised because these were independent filmmakers making their first independent film. And, we have a film festival here in Paducah, and we've seen a lot of really bad independent films. But these people are professional news people. So it may be their individual first independent film, but the camera guy worked for ABC News for many years, and the two gals who did the producing and writing of the script. Well, it wasn't a script actually, but did
Right.
all the production. Are actually award-winning news reporters for the Houston Chronicle. So they know how to tell a story, and it's light and entertaining, and it makes you laugh, and it makes you think, and it kind of really. I feel like they got their finger on the pulse of the whole quilting subculture from soup to nuts.
I think that's really true. And I think that this film is not just for quilt makers. It's for the person that's sitting next to you on the plane. They go, "What do you do for a living?" You say, "I'm a quilter." And they go, "Oh, you sell your blankets, you know?"
Right, right. And I've actually shown it to a few people who are not quilters, and they actually commented that they learned a whole lot about what I do by watching the movie.
Well, I thought it was a really great film, and I know everybody is going to enjoy it who gets to watch it on the site. And I really appreciate, you talking just a little bit about it, but I want to dig a little bit more and say, okay, so like, how are you coming with your Alzheimer's Initiative quilt project?
Aha, well, I finished it 2 days ago, and since I have students coming in tomorrow morning, I am going to make everybody look at it and take their pictures or whatever they want to do, and it's going out in the afternoon's mail because it has to be there on Monday, and this is Wednesday, so
No, Tuesday, isn't it? Isn't today
yeah,
Tuesday?
it has to be there Monday.
Oh, I've got to mail mine.
Yeah, I have to mail mine too, but I've got the tube already, and I just have to print the address label and send it out tomorrow. So, but I wanted my students to see it before it left.
Well, can we see it?
Yes, you can. I just happen to have it right here.
Oh,
And this is it. Of course, it's 16 by 16. All of them are, and I'm trying to
right
get
there.
it in
Hold it right there.
focus.
It's perfect.
Okay.
And you,
So it's all my hand-dyed and painted fabric, which I have many yards of. And it is a bird, which is kind of one of my recurring themes. I find that these white birds show up often when I'm in transition in my life, kind of moving from one phase to another. And so it's not really totally a whole cloth quilt. The border is pieced onto the center, and then the bird is actually drawn and painted. I hand cut a stencil and then painted sort of semi-opaque paint. It's kind of transparent, but a little bit white. And then lots and lots and lots of stitching. I don't know if I
Oh
get
yeah.
closer.
Oh, nice.
Can you see the
Oh yeah.
stitching?
Oh yeah, nice. Well, speaking of transition, you have another bird quilt.
Yeah, I do. I seem to be on a bird theme this summer. I made a butterfly last winter, and I kind of like doing this sort of landscapey photoreal. I don't know why I'm in a photorealism period here, but this is a larger quilt, so I don't know if you can see the whole thing. Is that far
Yeah,
enough back?
that's
Most
very
of
good. That's very good. Now
uh,
did you put that on
I wanted,
Facebook? Oh, I'm sorry.
for a long time I wanted to do this bird. It's a yellow-billed hornbill from South Africa, and I kept imagining him 6 feet square or something, and I kept running into dead ends, and finally I made him 30 inches square, and there he was.
And how is it done? Is it fusible or applique or what?
Um, the only thing that's fused is the little sections on the log. I'll bring it closer so you can see. It's kind of fused raw-edged applique on the log, which makes it kind of shaggy like bark. But the rest is my apple piecing method that I use in almost all of my quilts with curved seams. So the edges are finished. It's kind of a hybrid between piecing and applique.
Ooh.
And then it's very, very heavily stitched. If you see the face of the bird, am I getting it
Oh,
there?
it's perfect.
It's stitched almost to the point of machine embroidery.
Yeah.
And then I did some drawing. This is almost all made from my commercial lines of fabric for Venertex, but then I went in with permanent markers and textile ink and even some colored pencils and, cleaned up some of the details and added details, and then the stitching kind of becomes the final details. Like when you're doing a painting, it's the triple op brush that puts in the eyelashes and that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Hey, are we going to see that in Houston?
This one is not going to Houston. I may have it in my classroom, but I have entered it in a Birds in Art show at some kind of scientific facility on the East Coast. So if it gets into that show, it may not be at Houston. It's only a 30-inch quilt. I guess I could enter it in the small quilt category, but my big quilts that I made last year have both been accepted into Houston. So I have a huge quilt. It's the biggest thing I've made in 10 years that is called Checks and Balances, and it's a whole bunch of figures doing yoga moves.
Ooh.
And that's like 93 inches wide, so it's really big. And then I have a 4-foot square quilt that I think it's 4 feet square, something like that, with a butterfly.
So like when you put it in, do you think, I wonder if this is going to win, or is it more just like, okay, I'm going to get it in there and whatever happens?
Yeah, exactly. It's more like that because you just never know. I mean, what wins a big award in one show wins absolutely nothing in another show, and that's happened many times. My quilt a couple of years ago that won Best of Show at Houston it got an honorable mention. That's nothing, but it.
It's more than I get.
Well, you have to enter.
Right. Well, listen, I want to thank you for learning Skype. You Skyped.
I did. This is my first Skype, and I love it.
I know, it's wonderful.
I'll definitely do it again.
So I want to thank you so much for letting us bombard you on the eve of your retreat, because I know that's like, right? Getting ready and everything. And hey, I'll see you at Houston this year, right?
You certainly will. I can't wait.
And hey,
It's good to talk with you.
Hey, thank you so much, and take it easy.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.